Yeah, yeah, you know they like to. You already know they like to interfere in it, so I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot of lagging, a lot of cutting out on the audio on this video. How you doing though? You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Toni Huggins. I've been a target individual for about 5 years.
Mm.
I'm only 24, by the way.
You're 24?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How if you don't mind, what state are you in?
Well, right now I'm in New Jersey, but I'm from New York City.
Okay. Do you know how did it come to you, like being put into this program? Do you know who's responsible?
Yes.
You can,
Yes. My family.
oh my God.
Yeah. So
They hung it up. Did y'all see that? Yeah, they gonna do that a lot. They gonna do that.
Okay.
I can have a meeting about anything in the world, but if it's about what we're going through as targeted individuals, it always acts up. It always acts up. Well, it's working a little better now that your picture is not displayed, though. I heard you loud and clear.
Oh, it's not? Okay, well, you can keep it that way. So my project started around 19 years old, but
Your volume got low.
I'm on speaker.
Okay, that's fine. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so when I was around 19 years old, I went to a performing arts college, and I started noticing that I would get a lot of stares, and like, I'm not sure if you ever heard of the eagle eye.
Oh, have I?
Yeah. So I would notice that a lot of people would like stare at me and give me weird looks, and I wasn't really making friends, and things was just really weird. Everyone was kind of like out for self, you know. So me and my mother, I was living at home during college. So me and my mother, we was always getting into arguments, and the reason why I say I feel like it's been a lifelong thing for me is because all my life I've been tortured. So from the ages of 5 to 16, I've been sexually abused in the house.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm so sorry you had to endure that. Cutting the feed out.
Okay. I've been basically sexually abused by a family member in the house, and my mother, some reason, she didn't do what I thought was the right thing to do as a mother, which is like pick him in jail or do anything because she wanted to be a family. Now, from 16 to like around 19, 20, I was homeless. So I ended up going to shelter, and I was in and out of shelters back and forth between like shelters and going back to my mom's house. So
I'm losing you. They're cutting the feed. These gang stalkers are relentless. The government is relentless. They do not want our story to get out. They do not want it to get out. Could you go ahead and start over? What was it? Not from the beginning, but what were you saying from the ages of 16 to 19 you were homeless?
Yes. So basically, from the ages of 16 and 19, me and my mother kept getting into like really big arguments, which I think was probably induced because they had the ability to like induce anger and induce like all of these like weird feelings.
Them radio frequencies they use on us. Them radio frequencies. It has came. I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep that train of thought. But it has came times where when you're being hit with these radio frequencies, what I try to stress to people who are not going through this, like you can tell because if you're in tune with yourself, you can tell that those emotions are not yours. Like when they used to try to drive me to suicide far wise as with the depression feeling and things of that, it felt like someone standing over me pouring out a bucket of emotions like just depression and I have to get up and literally walk around like shake it off because I know it's not me and I know that they're hitting me with these frequencies. It's an eerie, scary feeling
feeling.
for
Yeah.
real. But go on, continue.
Okay, so basically, me and my mother was getting into.
There they go. They hate it. There they go. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they are really interfering with this video. And for the people who's gonna be viewing this, I ask you all to be patient because we are targeted individuals, and I already showed y'all my phones is hacked, my internet. The same thing go on for all of us targeted individuals. So notice whenever I do this, actually how I'm going to prove this, I'm going to do just a random Zoom meeting with myself, screen recording, and show you I don't get these problems. Being that we're trying to expose this and get her story out right now, we're going to keep going through this. We're going to keep going through this. Could you take it from where you said you and your mother kept on bumping heads and you feel like that it was induced? See, see,
So pretty much for the last time, because it was getting like pretty abusive, I've been abused for the majority of my life already. So I just decided to up and leave that myself and go into a shelter. And in the shelter, there was a lot of jealousy for some reason because the way I looked or whatever. But like, I noticed that there was a lot of like animosity towards me for some reason. So it got to the point where I decided to not do the videos. Like I decided to not clean up because you know in shelters you have to abide by certain things and do certain things to keep your rent.
I've been there.
Yep. So finally, I just decided to not do that shit, and they decided to kick me out. So at that point, I had nowhere to go. So before I decided to commit suicide, before I don't know exactly what I was planning on doing, but I was just really mad when I decided to commit suicide. I decided to keep one of my cousins just to say that I love her and that. And she started crying. And she said, you know what, I'm going to call my mom and see if you can stay with her. This is where the funny story gets interesting because I didn't know that my family.
They are really interfering with the. They are really interfering with the connection, and they just
So,
really they're ruining it. I need you to take it from. This is where it really got interested in.
okay, so my cousin decided to call her mom and see if I could live with her because she didn't want me on the streets. So basically, she called her mom. Her mom just like we exchanged contact information, and I ended up going to Long Island to live with her. Now my family history is Jamaican, so in Jamaica they practice something called opium, which is a form of witchcraft and voodoo. So I didn't know that a lot of my family members practice this stuff, but it turns out that my mom was doing witchcraft on me, and for some reason she kept staring at me and like she wanted to like know everything about me. Mind you, I didn't know my family at all, so I'm thinking this is like a wonderful thing. I'm like getting in touch with my family memories and this and that and that. So a lot of strange things was happening like while I was there. Like she would come home from work and she would be calling her friends and she would be talking about her because they were from the other world. And she's like, yo, like Toni has like this special, there's something special about her. Like I need to keep an eye on her. This, that, and that. Like did I know that she had little plans? Like she was going to like Pakistan, something like that. I don't know what shit. So it got time to the point where she was going back to Jamaica. And I was like, she made me stay with a family friend. A whole bunch of weird shit was happening while I was staying. So I would notice that I started getting like red cards following me. And like people like saying little things about my personal life. It
Mm.
wasn't like it wasn't says, like, how do these people know all of these things about me, you know?
Now, was this? I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep that train of thought. Now, was this directly to you or indirect, like having overt, loud conversations in earshot range that you could hear it?
Yeah, extremely loud conversations. People would like be walking. I would be walking her dog, so people would be walking by me, and they'll be like, "Oh, like yeah, her and her mother argues a lot," and I'm in a completely different like area, like where nobody knows these guys.
It's getting juicy. They're messing it up.
It got to the point where I ended up going back home to my mom.
Hold on, because I need the people to hear this. I'm asking you guys to please bear with the audio and please bear with the picture. I apologize. We have that's totally out of our control. So could you take it from you walking past them and they saying that yeah, she arguing with her mom all the time because you start fading out there and they lagging it.
Okay, so pretty much I'll be walking the dog, and like people will walk past me, and they'll be like, "Yeah, her and her mom argues a lot." Like they'll comment about my weight, or they'll say like any little thing just to like let me know that they're talking about me, you know. And at that point, I didn't know I was targeted, so I wasn't really taking it seriously. But I was just noticing that like a lot of stuff was happening. So when I left my aunt's house, I noticed that I was feeling different. Like literally, like I felt like I was like out of my body. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I got a little uncomfortable. You know, and I decided to go back home to my mother and apologize and try to patch things up. And things was good for a while. So I decided to like get back into the artistic side of musician because I was studying to be like an actor, like a singer, or like an artist or whatever. So I was talking to some auditions and stuff like that. And I got the job or whatever. And next thing you know, I started feeling crazy as hell.
Could
And
you
I was like,
elaborate? Yeah, could you elaborate on how you were feeling?
so basically, it was like, you know, B2K, right? It was like there was something telling me to do things and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't really making sense. Like, I was feeling, it basically felt like a feeling of, what's that word? Psychosis.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of had a feeling of like psychosis and stuff like that. So I'm wondering like where are these feelings coming from, but I'm still trying to like live my life on a daily basis. So I ended up looking a job in Manhattan, and next thing you know, I started falling out with some of the castmates and stuff. I'm feeling like like these people are talking about me, like I don't know what the hell is going on. So me and a few of these people began to argument. Next thing you know, they called the cops on me. So the cops didn't actually come up to me to confront me. What happened was I ended up going home, not knowing that they called the police on me. And when I came back for the rehearsal, there was two policemen standing right next to me.
Now, is
And
this okay? Okay, that's what I was ready to ask. Was this where you live, or this where you were actually auditioning at the time?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said yeah. That's what I was about to ask. Was this actually the cops that were standing outside? Were they actually like at the house or at the place that you were auditioning at the time? But you answered it.
It was at the place where I was auditioning at the time, and
Okay.
they was just standing there. So next thing you know, they started doing like this weird hurting stuff, like they're like trying to like wish me out the door. They're saying things about me. They're like talking really fast and talking about things in my life that was happening, and like they're staring at me like really intensely. And I'm like, yo, like this is like a movie, like a psyop type of stuff, you know? So I ended up leaving and like losing the job. Next thing you know, that's when my target went from 0 to 10.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. So now,
Yes.
what are you saying is that the same people when you was walking your aunt dog and how they were having this overt, loud conversation about you and your personal life, the officers mimicked the exact same thing? Bear with me. Us as targeted individuals know exactly what this is. I don't think they're gonna let her reconnect. This interview was getting juicy. They did not want that to reconnect. Oh my God.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's I was just saying that when we took that little quick intermission, unbeknownst to
Yeah.
us though. But so what I was saying was that so when you were walking your aunt dog, these how they were overly loud with the conversation relating directly to your life and you. The officers repeated and mimicked the same exact thing.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. And I also do paintings and stuff. So I actually like when I was walking to the Hyatt, I was noticing like weird shit like they would have like a similar image of like a painting. Like you know how people like stuff on the side of the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like similar images that I posted on Facebook, like about my record. It would be on the street. And when I was walking towards the theater, I turned my head and I see like this place that says site being. And as soon as I look at it, I feel a slap like when I play that left. So I knew something was coming on. And so I ended up like just staying there for a couple of days and stuff like that. I started getting talked to her for my phone started glitching. It was like I couldn't like look up my emails. I couldn't watch really anything. My phone would break it down and would turn it away. So when my mom comes home from work and she sees that like I'm not feeling well. So she ends up calling the ambulance on me. Next thing you know, I'm in the fucking hospital. I'm in and out of hospitals at this point because like I feel like I'm confused and I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm in and out of hospitals and the people in the hospitals are very mind you, at this time I'm still not aware that I'm targeted. You know, it was like a very confusing stage for me. So at that point, I wasn't getting like heavy H2K. Everything was all right. But I'm in and out of hospitals, and these people are treating me like shit. There was a time where I'm laying in my bed, and like three nurses come in and they inject me in my arm for absolutely no reason at all. Next thing you
Oh
know, I feel
my God.
extreme fatigue and tired. I can barely stand up. They drugged me.
I could definitely believe that. I did an interview with LM Pulse. If you've seen that interview with LM Pulse, and he experienced the exact same thing. It's so
Yep.
crazy what we go through. In his interview, he was saying how he went to the psych ward too because he didn't know what was going on, this, that, and the third, and he was just sitting in the room, not loud, not being obnoxious, not making any commotion, and they came in there and stuck him with these psychotronic drugs as well. This is
Right.
just corrupt. Go on, continue. I'm sorry.
So I'm feeling like really weak and dizzy for about 2 days. And I remember going into one of them, you know how they have like counselors at the hospital and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So the counselor called.
They're really cutting the feed. They're doing anything, but like I said, yeah. Are you back? Could you take
Yes,
it
I'm back.
from? Could you take it from the counselor call? That was where you got cut out on my
Yeah.
end.
So I'm laying in my room and the counselor comes into my room to speak to me. And she's like, she's trying to do this whole manipulating, like, psyop on me. She's like, so do you feel like you're hearing voices? Do you feel like people are following you? Um,
So she
like,
asks you, I'm sorry, but it's just fascinating that they have the balls to do this. So
yeah,
she's a perp and she asks you the exact symptoms that she know that you're experiencing before you even
yes,
let it be known.
yes. And, I was pretty smart at the time. I was like, no, I'm just not feeling that well. This, that, and the third. I kind of like, played it off, because I knew that was a setup, even if I wasn't targeted.
Hmm.
So they had like another counselor sitting in with her, and at this point they started playing
Gaslight.
yeah, yeah. So after like I would say 2.5 weeks, I've been at the hospital. It's just getting crazier and crazier. I'm noticing people. Are we back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You noticing
Okay,
people.
cool. So after I left the hospital, I noticed like shit was just getting crazier. And my mom told me that I needed to watch, like after I left the hospital, that I needed to follow me everywhere that I went because I was in a danger them. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, I'm about like say 20 minutes at this time.
And you gave them no signs that you were a danger to yourself nor society.
Nope, nope. So my mom was like, so basically everywhere I went, my mom was with me, and I'm basically grown at this point, you know. So I'm noticing that people were starting to wear red. I'm being followed by vehicles. The same people I'll go into the store, well, I'll see one person, and then I'll go into another store, I'll see the same person.
Oh my
And
God. It's so I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's so textbook. That's how
yeah,
that's how I realized something won't right with my targeting too though. That's what made me like really aware that something wasn't right because if it was one of the interviews I did was with either LM Pulse where I mentioned it or either Sherry or either I forget her name. I'm sorry. I love you all the target individuals. But I was telling them, or one of them at the time too, that I would go in one store and it'll be this old dude, and I'll leave and go to the next corner store, and this old dude walk in behind me. They are really, really, really. Are you? Yeah, but as I was saying, please. I mean, people are gonna watch this, so y'all could cut it out. Y'all could cut it out or y'all could keep it going because it's not gonna stop the message from being out. Like y'all lagging the whole interview and the session that we're having right now, trying to get the story out, is not gonna change anything. We're determined. We want the world to know what we're going through as targeted individuals. So you will not stop the awakening. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you perfect.
Yeah, but the same thing was going on with me too. I would go in one store, it'll be this old dude in there, and then I go to the next store. This old dude will pop up in it, and then I go to 7-Eleven, and the old dude there. That's three stores in 20 minutes, and he's right there on my heels. And it got to the point where I got so exaggerated. I mean, like not exaggerated, but I was like, I even said this to him, like, I know you're not following me, man. Like you're gonna get fucked up. Because there's no way that I went to three stores and you walk in directly behind me, bro. It's not that many coincidences in the world, and it just kept happening repeatedly and repeatedly. But go on.
So at this point, I started doing research, like being followed by red, being followed by vehicles and stuff like that. And at this time, I'm still going to a doctor now, but at that time, I started going to a clinic. And every time I walk into the clinic, they start perking the hell out of me. You know, like as soon as I walk in, there'll be a crowd of people laughing, talking about my medical history. That's how you know they be breaking HIPAA laws. But they was talking about like regular people waiting in the clinic with me, talking about my personal like mental health and
They
like
break every law known to the planet. They break every law known to the planet. We have no rights to these people. We are non-consensual, experimental guinea pigs to these people. But go on.
okay. So like maybe a year or so goes by, and I'm noticing that my neighbors start making like noise above our heads. They dragging furniture. And you know, cars will drive by, but they're angry at I'm getting out. I live in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So it's already noisy as hell already. When
They
and
are
at that time,
I'm gonna have to slow you up because I want the people to hear this. They are like they really do not want this story to get out. They are like remixing the whole interview. And where you cut out at is, you live in such and such city,
Mhm.
and that's where you cut out at.
Okay. So I was in New York City at the time I'm in New Jersey now, but I'm in New York City and like it's already noisy, but it's interesting how they connect to your thought pattern. That's when I started finding out about like the vocabulary and the being able to speak with your eyes and hear what you hear because every thought I had, there would be a heartbeat, there would be a car, a policeman, siren,
Uh,
fire trucks, ambulances, motorcycles, and it would be like right on time. Like everything was like
Synchronicity.
synchronized. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, everything was
And
synchronized.
synchronized, that's the word I was looking for. And I would notice every time I walk in the street, somebody would look like like walk past me at the perfect time or like cut in front of me at the perfect time. I remember I went to Manhattan and people were like running in front of me trying to like cut me off. And I'm like, yo, people started bumping me in the shoulders. And I'm like,
See?
and so people started like bumping me in the shoulders. And like, I remember one time I hear somebody yelling, like, oh, it's not a crime. It's not a crime. And I'm like, yo, these people are really like trying out to kill me.
What they said? So what were they saying was not a crime? Them bumping you on purpose in
Like
the streets?
targeting me in general. Because at that point, I was doing research on like targeted individuals. I started finding out more information, started gaining knowledge on what this program is really about. And I'm watching people's channels and I'm listening to people saying that it's illegal. And I'm like,
Oh,
yo, how
yes.
can people really do this stuff? Like, how can they have the audacity to really do this stuff and it's illegal? You know what I'm saying? So when I'm like, wow, it was making me realize that it's not a crime. Like, these people are really out to kill me, you know? So now, like after that, I started getting heavy, heavy into pain. Mind you, in the beginning, I told you that I was sexually abused from the ages of 5 to 16. So they started giving me flashbacks of my own torture, of my own rape. You know what I'm saying? And like I started like breaking down, like that's when I started crying because like I'm thinking I'm going through PTSD, but in actuality, it was just like giving
Man,
me these flashbacks.
they're manipulating the whole thought process. They're implanting like traumatic situations in your life to trigger a response.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you heard of kitten programming.
No, I never. I'm not going to pretend to ever heard of it. I'm not. What is it?
All right. So
Elaborate.
kitten program is basically where they induce like a constant sexual feeling into you, so that way they can lead you into prostitution or lead you into sex trafficking or something that's like sexually explicit. You know. So this is where it gets really fucked up for me.
Okay, now
Like
could you repeat that phrase and that terminology one more time for me so I could do further research on it? But I definitely do understand and know that this is directly linked to sex trafficking and human trafficking. But could you repeat that
yes,
terminology?
it's called kitten programming or sex kitten
Oh,
programming.
kitten, kitten. Okay, okay, got you.
Okay, so for some reason I decided to go on like dating apps because I had no fucking friends. And I was like, yo, like I don't literally have to sleep with these people. I was trying to find like people to talk to, you know, because I was really, really isolated. And I couldn't understand that like my family wasn't calling me. I had no friends. I was like, my friends, they shut me out. And I'm like, okay, cool. Sometimes I don't need sex. Next thing you know, I started feeling like this high sexual drive. Not like it was non-stop. It was like everyone that I met, I had to sleep with. And long story short, I didn't know that I was being recorded during, you know, intimate time, and
Hmm.
it was released on the internet. So now people are going around calling me whore and slut and this, that, and the third, and I had no idea I was being recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I definitely know.
images of like my personal rate, and then they'll give me images of like what I'm doing in the bedroom and this, that, and that. Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you.
okay. So after that, it just got crazy, kind of crazy after like like they actually told me that like you had released for me, like basically being intimate. So I started telling my mom because at this point I didn't know how to make relationship. And I started telling my mom, like, yo, I found this term called targeted individuals. I believe that I'm targeted. And, like, I feel very unsafe. I feel like, yo, I'm about to die. So me and my mom had to evacuate to go to Boston to try to, okay.
Go to
So me and
Boston.
my, okay.
Y'all went to Boston, and what happened?
Okay. So me and my mom, we packed up, we took everything and we went to Boston. No person would accept us. No apartment program, no income program would accept us. So we never had a sanity issue. Now, a sanity issue is like they like shit out of me. I was going to break down, have a mental breakdown. So right across the street was another hospital. So this is my stupid mistake. I called my doctor because me and my doctor, we had like, in my opinion, we had a cocaine relationship. And I said, yes, Dr. So I need to like,
Expose him. Expose him. Expose that doctor because they are a part of the program. Expose them.
her name is Abigail. Her name is Abigail, Dr. Abigail. So
Okay.
she was like, you feel like you're being targeted. You should go to the hospital immediately. So me being dumb and ignorant, I actually go to the freaking hospital.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walk in, the doctors are laughing and pretending like they don't understand what I'm saying. Like I'm giving them my name like 8,000 times. And they don't get what's your name again? What's your name again?
Mm.
Oh, repeat that one more time. So I'm giving them my name like 800 times. So they finally like get away from me. And this is the disgusting part. They have like a little girl and next running towards me. And they keep giving me images of her private area.
Oh my God, that is just sick.
Of her private area. And then they're calling me a pervert. And like, yeah, she's been doctors are saying this shit. Remind you the people that are supposed to tell me. They're like, oh yeah, perv. She's gonna be hope here. This, that, and the third. You're disgusting. You're this, that, and the third. Mind you, the whole time, I'm just waiting there. They didn't give me no medication, which is a good thing. But I'm just waiting there. So they had me there for hours and they told me I had to leave. So I'm back and forth between the hospital and the shelter again. So me and my mom, no, this is what happened. So I asked if I could call my mom and they allowed me to do so. Now, me and my mom haven't separated from the time we came to Boston. So me going to the hospital was the first time we separated. So when my mom came to the hospital, she was completely different. She had like this glazed, like zombie look in her eyes that everyone else had. Like she's been fucking programmed. And I'm like, Mom, you're treating me like shit here. Like she's acting cool towards me. She's saying that, oh, like you put yourself on the internet, you're this, you're disgusting. And like I'm like, Mom, that's not what happened at all. Like it was a setup. You know what I'm saying? And my mom started prepping me as well. Like she didn't want to hear anything I had to say about targeting after that. So me and my mom would come back home to New York City, and ever since then, it's been
As y'all can see, they keep cutting the feed out.
right.
This only
So
happens
ever
when I'm doing interviews with targeted individuals and what we go through done on to us by the United States government, COINTELPRO 2.0. This is very unprofessional. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
okay,
I'm in the middle of an interview. What, like what? Yeah, I mean, you already know what I'm on. All veggies. Bring me a brew back. I'm so sorry. That is so unprofessional. That's really not what I'm trying to be about. Go ahead, continue.
So after that, my mom seems to be like different. Like she's in like this daze, and we ended up coming back to New York, and she would go out to work, and one day I just decided to look out the window. So there's a bus stop right across the street, right in front of the window, and I look out the window, and this like it looks like an undercover cop car. And shit you not, undercover cop car drives in front of my mom, stops her, and she's talking to undercover police. And when my mom's coming home, she's doing the same things that the people are doing to me on the street. Like one time she came home, she brought me food and everything, and then she bumped me on the shoulder. And this is the stuff that people was doing to me in Manhattan. Bumped me on the shoulder. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Or she'll show me like a picture. At one time, she showed me a picture. She was like, Tony, come here. I need your help with my phone. And she shows me her phone. She's like, yeah, my friend sent me this message. I just need help figuring out how to message her back. And she shows me a picture of this woman's vagina. And underneath it, it had a quote like sexual stuff like that. So they was really trying to like indoctrinate me with this sex kingdom like program, you know? And like my mom starts laughing about it. She's like, okay, we just so ever since then, like I stopped talking to her attorney. I remember I would go to like my friend's house, and my friend was like, every time I was smoking weed, and I went to my friend's house and was smoking weed and watching. I don't know if you know this show called Big Mouth on Netflix.
Is it an animated cartoon?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You see, I called out
So,
animated.
yep. So he was like, "Oh, what do you want to watch?" And I was like, "I don't know, whatever you want to watch." He was like, "Oh, I want to watch."
Hold on, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? He said that. Oh, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch so and so? You cut out right after that.
Okay.
They're trying.
So he was like, "What do you want to watch?" And I was like, "I don't know, whatever you want to watch." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna watch Big Mouth. Like, you should watch Big Mouth." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, I heard about it, but I never really watched it like that." Okay. So he shows me like the last season, the first episode of the last season, and like they have like this intro song called Slut. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely like something's like really up with this shit. Like they really trying to promote like all the sexual shit towards me. And at the same time, I'm getting like these flashbacks of my mom doing like this nasty shit to me. He was someone that abused me. So we're watching Big Mouth, and the whole time I'm getting triggered. And I'm like, yo, can we change this? Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. He's like, well, let's just finish this episode. And I'm like, yo, like, something ain't right. I'm just getting mad about it. Also, every day. Are we good?
Yeah, we are now. Give me 1 second. Let me plug in my Ethernet cord to my laptop, even though I know that's not going to resolve the matter right quick.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if the camera picked up on it, but right about now they are shooting right in my back alley, and I don't even live
Wow.
in a neighborhood that like sponsor that. So it's like it's really weird. My first time since I've been living here, actually even hearing gunshots, but like 10 of them just ringed out right now. Which I really don't.
Wow.
I really don't care. They know they can't scare me with that. They
Mm,
profiled me, so they profiled me, studied me, watched me, know everything about me. So they know they can't get me with that. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry that this interview is so choppy, but That's just targeting individuals. Bear with me. We all know what we all go through and endure with these electronics, with the internet connections and so on and so forth. Okay, you can go on.
Okay. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, from his house. Okay.
You wanted to change it because it was making you uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I'm getting kind of triggered. And he's like, no, 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 let's just finish the episode. So I just sit there and I watch like all this. They have this is a fucking show about kids and they're talking about sex.
Mm.
And that's all the show is about, you know? So I noticed that and I'm getting uncomfortable. So now I'm like keeping count of like all of these things. So he was like, it got pretty late. It was probably like around almost 12 o'clock. And like the buses stopped running after a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, oh, why don't you just stay over? Like, I don't want you out there that late. And I'm thinking he's being a real friend. Like, he's like looking out for my, safety. So I ended up sleeping at his house. I wake up to his hand like rubbing my leg. I wake up to his hand rubbing my fucking leg. And because I was so shocked, like, I couldn't even say anything. I was like, yo, like, this is shit really fucking happening right now. So I get up and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. Like, have a good day. I'm gonna leave. He was like, oh, when do you want to chill again? I was like, I'll let you know. And like he's been texting me nonstop, like, yo, like, can you come back home and chill? Like, because it's a good stuff in the bed. And at this point, like, I'm gonna stop smoking because it seems like every time I get into that, and people want to start like abusing me even more.
Yep.
So
I'm sorry to cut you off right there, but they do. Any recreational drug or any drug for that matter that I noticed from experience and other targeted individuals talk about, that any drug that we partake in, they go overt with it. I was a advocate weed smoker. Like I was a wait till it click back on. They're not gonna stop it. Yeah, you with me?
yes.
Yeah, I was a heavy weed smoker, and to one of the officers who put me in this program where I stayed, I told him that I was smoking a blunt when I did my little like pull over a standoff moment with them, and I told him I never stop smoking weed, and he whispered in my ear with a grimace smile, "I'm gonna upload this video as well." He said, "Don't worry, that shit's about to be illegal." But I was so cocky at the time, I was like, "I'm never gonna stop smoking weed, so you can't lock me up in this. We just passed the law saying that if you get caught with under an ounce, you're only going to receive a $25 fine, no jail time or whatever, whatnot." They they literally they literally made it so that I cannot smoke marijuana no more. So it's like whenever I try to smoke marijuana, it's like that they have our EEG downloaded, our brainwave activity downloaded. It's like they can tell when we're induced or intoxicated, and they attack me so much heavier when I do try to partake in smoking marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely do. But go on, continue.
So I ended up like confronting my friend about this. Well, he's no longer a friend, but I ended up confronting him about it, and he was like, I don't remember doing that. And I'm like, you don't remember doing that? Like, it was clearly like right away rubbing my leg while I was sleeping. And he was like, well, I apologize, but I don't remember any of that. I felt like he was trying to get, maybe I felt like he was trying to like get me a sign or something that you wanted to do something. So after that, I just blocked and deleted him completely. So later on, I'm like visiting another friend because I was making music at the time.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry to cut you off. You were visiting another friend making music. That was your last train of thought. Now, I'm asking you this because I know that they like to do this. Did they reintroduce that person in your life? Like, did that person reach out to you
No,
again?
no, I blocked him completely
Okay,
from
go ahead.
every social media that I had him on.
Okay, we'll go ahead and continue. Was visiting a friend working on music.
Okay, so I was visiting a friend. So I'm waiting at the train station. This guy and his girlfriend comes up the steps while I'm all right. So I was taking the D train, and like when you swipe your Metro card, they have like these chairs that you can sit on. So I'm sitting upstairs. This couple comes upstairs, and the female proceeds to sit in my lap. She's like, I'm looking down at my phone, and she comes and she sits in my lap.
Like physically, like physically on your lap.
Physically. And like she starts tugging at my hair, and she was like, "Oh, I was just wondering if we could have a threesome."
Who is
And at this point,
who
I'm
is
ready to
we?
fight her and her boyfriend
Okay, now go on.
because I'm looking at her boyfriend like, "Can you do something?" He's like, "Nah, like she's crazy. There's nothing I can do." So at that point, I push her off of me, and I start walking towards the steps now. So she comes up behind me and punches me in the back of my head. So at that point, I stopped. I'm like, "Yo, am I really about to fight this girl?" And I was like, "Yo, I know if I get into a fight, they're gonna arrest me. They're not gonna listen to my side of the story. They're gonna arrest me. They're gonna try to make it seem like I'm crazy." And I unshut her first and this, that, and the third. So you know what? I just walked away. Now this is the fucked up part. My friend finally got to the train station. I was waiting, and I told her what happened. And I was like, "Yo, this girl literally just tried to fight me. She sat in my lap. She was like,
They're relentless. What can I say? They are relentless. She sat in your lap. Go ahead.
okay." So I'm telling my friend what happened, and he starts laughing instead of asking me, like, "Are you okay? Are you good? Like, you want to go back to fix your hair, buy a fuck, and do something because he's a male. And he started laughing. And another thing that he did to me, I took him to session.
They're relentless. What can I say? But we're here for it. Targeted individuals. Where we go one, we go all. No, I'm not affiliated with QAnon. I'm not a terrorist. None of that.
Okay, are we back?
Yeah, we're back. They really running this one.
Yeah.
We go on.
Okay, so
He's a
um,
he's a beta male for one thing because he's one of those people who vibrate at the lowest frequency on Earth, like of a June beetle. If you understand what I'm saying, like for for males to partake in something like this, that's why I would give a female gang stalker more respect, even though neither one of them, male or female, kid, dog, whoever's involved without targeting, is not like they're not due for our respect. But I would respect a female gang stalker.
okay, I hear you now.
I would respect a female gang stalker way more than I respect a male gang stalker because they take full
Mm-hmm.
advantage of women and females, and as males, alpha males at that. We were put on this earth to be protectors, bro. And they just worry
They're with
me.
the whole.
They just worry me. But go on.
Okay, so there was another incident where he tried to make it seem like I was like crazy and schizophrenic. So I took him to see this show, this fashion show. It was New York Fashion Week, and I used to be in like into like not really the party scene, like I'm into like fashion shows and music
Hmm.
concerts and stuff like that. So this is my last time really trying to like go out and have fun. So I take him to see this show, and we're driving in a U-Haul truck, like helping out with like the clothes and stuff like that. So I asked him to like hold the keys for me while I carried these heavy ass bags and heavy ass clothes into the space. So after I'm done, I'm like, yo, can you give me the keys back? And he was like, what keys? I didn't give me any keys. And I'm like, yo, I just gave you like a pair of keys to the U-Haul truck. Like, what's good? And he was like, you didn't give me no keys. Like, nah, you buddy. And the guy that I was working for, he comes out and he was like, yeah, can I get the keys to the truck? And I was like, don't give me the keys. Like, we almost getting into an argument on the fucking street. And so I'm starting to second guess myself. So I walked towards the truck to see if I left it in the passenger seat or something.
They are really hating on this interview. They are really hating on this interview, bro. Like the Gangstalkers, like, but people are gonna listen because they understand that this is what Gangstalkers do. This is what government agents do. Go on, y'all was about to get into it on the street.
So I think I'm second guessing myself at this point, and I'm walking towards the passenger seat to see if I left the keys in the car. And out the corner of my eye, I see him hand the keys to the guy I was working for. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see what the fuck is up. I see what's up. So when we got home, I texted him and I was like, yo, why did you pretend that you didn't have the keys when I told him how to get the keys? He was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, you didn't notice how weird these people was acting, like talking shit about me indirectly and like commenting on like my face and like even like my clothes. They didn't like nothing about me. They hated me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, I didn't know what's wrong. Like nothing. And then like he texted me, he was like, you really gotta explain to me what's going on, because at this point you just have paranoid. So we didn't
Those
even
was,
talk
I'm
about.
sorry, those was his words exactly. You sound paranoid.
Yeah,
They try
yeah,
to
he
implement that. They try to use
yup,
that tactic. Oh my God,
yup.
they love. You need to go see a doctor. You sound paranoid. This, that, and the third. They love to insinuate those things that they're actually using to implement on our targeting against us, bro. And that shit is sad. Go on
Oh
though.
yeah. So after that, like me and him, we fell out and we stopped talking. And how we ended up stopping being friends is he read like, all right, so the night before they was hitting me with like heavy ass B2K. They was literally making me respond to everything that they were saying. So what they would do is they would bring up like something in the past and have me respond like, fuck them, I don't beat these people, they all full of shit. And it was like a non-stop cycle in my fucking brain to the point where it felt like my head was swollen. So after that night, I wake up to a voicemail saying, yo, Toni, I don't want to be friends anymore. I don't know if I should give out his name, but
Drop
he was
it.
like,
People need to know it.
so his name is John Luke. John Luke. So he was like, yo, I don't want to be friends anymore, and I have a feeling that you don't give a fuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return your page because I paid him like a artwork of mine, and I gave it to him for free, right? And he was like, man, I'm going to drop off your page, and after that, I'm going to ghost you. So I'm asking him, like, why? Like, what's up? Like, you don't want to be friends anymore. Like, what's going on? He
Who was that? Ti. Who was that? Is that Lisa?
No.
Oh, you was ready to have me real emotional if you said yeah, because we just lost her to the Ti community due to
Are you
torture.
serious?
Yes, Lisa Ti. Her name was Paige. Her real name
Wow.
was Paige Harris, and they just killed Lisa Ti in Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow.
Died to this program. Anytime now, y'all want to bring her back. Gangstalkers, government agents. Thank you.
Are we back?
Yeah, there we go. We're back.
Okay. So it got so bad to the point where I just had to up and leave. I left my job. I was working for my mom as a helping. I left my job and everything just so they would. She has been in Jersey, and I've been here for like about like 3 weeks now.
Okay. And this person that you're staying with now, they're a certified targeted individual.
Yes, yes. Like we both get targeted like we're on the street, both of us.
Yeah, but I had one incident here in Richmond, Virginia, where I took in a TI who I thought was a real TI who probably could, but like I said, this program that we're in is so sophisticated. It's to the point where I was so targeted when I invited this supposedly TI into my home that I would literally have to climb under makeshift aluminum foil blankets to avoid my targeting. And this supposedly targeted individual would be walking around my house like, "You okay, Tony?" Like such and such, this, that, and the third. And I'd be like, "Am I okay, bitch? You see me laying under aluminum foil blanket. Why the fuck you not under here? How the fuck is you walking around singing, dancing and prancing to the stars and shit, and I'm under aluminum foil blanket, bitch? How the fuck is that
Right,
possible?" So, like I said,
right.
they are the masters at disinformation, like deception and infiltration. Like specialize. They specialize. What a lot of us targeted individuals might don't know is that they profile us. And what I mean by they is the government and private. Bear with us. I love you all.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, but they specialize in infiltration, disinformation, and like they are like spawns of Satan. So they perfected this whole program to the point where, like you said, they got psychiatrists working for them. They have doctors working for them. So a lot of them, like you spoke on when you went to go see a doctor when you was out of town, and or when you was in the psych ward, how they ran everything that they knew that you was going down in just to get you to confirm that yeah, I do feel like someone is following me. I do feel like someone is watching me, so on and so forth. So they could misdiagnose you with paranoid schizophrenia.
Yep, yep.
So it's
You
very
know, we tried
elaborate.
that lately.
Go
We
ahead.
actually tried that lately. Like the last time I was in a hospital, um, my mom was prepping me, so she called the police on me because once again we kept like falling out, and she kept telling the doctor and the nurses that I keep talking about gang stalking. Now that's the first mistake people make being in the hospital. So
Hmm.
she kept saying, keeps mentioning gang stalking, and the doctor looks at me, she was like, Tony, that's not real. And she was
Perfect.
like, you just a little bit paranoid, so you know what, we're gonna decide to keep you. And the whole time, as soon as my mom left, they're talking about all the predators here, and they were letting people to hide from each other, and
Yeah.
everybody's talking at the same time. So that's basically what they nurse
Yeah.
They bonded me, and then they went to my butt, and then they made them ring at the wall, and they was like, that means
Oh
they was
my
gonna take,
God.
like they was gonna take the fucking underwear off your chest, and then they decided not to, so they put me upstairs. The whole time I'm being cursed, I had this ugly ass, tall, dog looking person staring at me the whole time, talking shit, and people coming up to me asking me questions, and like, excuse me, asking me questions that's not making sense. So by the time I left the hospital, I'm trying to rush the hell out. So I'm looking at the paperwork that they give me. I'm just like, yeah, I'm sorry, this, that, and the third, and the fourth. So when I got home, I look at the papers. Not only does it says I have a marijuana use disorder, it says, oh, she's schizoaffective disorder.
What the fuck is that? So it's either I'm schizophrenia or I'm not schizophrenic. These people, that's why I said,
Mind
man,
you, this doctor didn't ask me nothing about if this doctor, for one, the last hospital I was in, he didn't ask me nothing about do you hear voices, do you feel like you think about me? He didn't ask me shit. I only talked to him once, and he was asking me about my mom. We had a whole conversation about my mom, and then as soon as I leave, he's making me over. And you know what I'm saying? I'm taking medication for shit that I don't even really have.
that's why I try to tell people this program is one hand washes the other because the government basically owns everything. So they have, like I spoke on earlier, they have psychiatrists at their disposal, doctors, this, that, and the third, etc., etc. So if you like, we're monitored, we're stalked, we're harassed, we're followed every day. So they know what we talk about, they know what we're planning because they're heavily watching us and we're under heavy surveillance. So if they know that they didn't push me to the limit of going to see a psychiatric doctor. They already have this doctor in place who's a part of the program and the system to actually brush off what we go through. I dare a motherfucking psychiatrist to say that gang stalking is fake, it's not real, and it don't exist, bro. Like we have we have we have actual doctors who combat that. Dr. Robert Duncan is one of the people who created this technology that they use against us. And Edward Snowden, Karen Melton Stewart, ex NSA subcontractor like Edward Snowden, like all of these people confirm. Some of them, they're all the ones that I named are classified as whistleblowers against NSA. So what they did at Snowden and at the top of the totem pole, he leaked highly classified documents. Like he leaked highly classified documents stating that this program really did exist and what we were going through was actually real, along with so many others. So it's like if you go to a psychiatric or a doctor and you explain your symptoms without bringing up gang stalking and things of this nature. And you know that the weapons that they hit us with, it cause like neurological deficiencies. So if you go and get a PET scan, it will actually show that your brain been through trauma of microwave weapons, sort of like the diplomats in 2018 over there in Cuba in the U.S. Embassy in Cuba. Like they were hit with psychotronic weapons and they told their symptoms, this, that, but being that they were of high priority, of high class, or they had friends in high places, they got their actual results. And it just, like I said, it really bridged the gap on what we go through as targeted individuals because it's giving us some sort of validation to exclude that. But like I said, this program could be very tricky. So Yeah, like I was saying, this program could be very tricky. So it's like that. It's so well crafted that they have all bases covered in a sense, though, from the military to DOJ to DHS to DOD to the FBI to the NSA to the CIA. Like, it's so well rounded and crafted. The only people who really possesses this technology and this formula on how they target us as targeted individuals is the government. So it's like when they do these things to us, they orchestrate everything. So they know if we want to go to the doctor or if we're under stress and turmoil through remote EEG, brain mapping.
Are you back?
Yeah, there we go. But like I was saying, yeah, we're really test subjects, unconsensual test subjects to the government. And I be trying to convince people that history has showed us time after time that the government is not for the people. The government is all about fear mongering, power, control, money. That's the only thing that matters. And how I like to paint the picture about what we're going through, being illegally watch listed and illegally placed on the domestic terrorist watch list with no evidence that we're terrorists. We could not know one Muslim, being that they paint all Muslims to be terrorists, so on and so forth. That you're not gonna stop it. I'm gonna be patient. They're really cutting up. They're really cutting up. Well, as I was saying though, like the government, they understand this though, and what I be trying to get my whole reason for doing what I'm doing now is I don't care about me. Like in a sense, I really don't care if I live or die because I understand that I'm in this program. I understand what this program is about. I understand the reason why I'm in this program. But what I be wanting people to understand is how corrupt the government is. Like history has showed us this, like time and time again, with the JFK assassination, with the whole Abraham Lincoln assassination, with even recently, up to now, what the Democrats is doing. How are we? I'm patient. Even even up to now, what the Democrats are doing right now with the election, not to even take our attention from the topic at hand, but it just goes to show that how money really rules the world, and the more money you have, the more power you have. With the whole George Soros, the whole elite families, the 1%, the Queen Elizabeth, the Rothschilds, the Ashtons, so on and so forth, like communist China. We've been infiltrated long time ago since the whole Valkyrie, Enigma, Adolf Hitler era. Like a lot of people don't understand that when we went over there to kill, what a lot of people don't realize, can you hear me?
Yes.
What a lot of people don't realize is even back then with the whole Nazi Germany, the Holocaust and things like that, after we supposedly killed Hitler, we took 500 to 600 plus scientists from Hitler and we employed them under the United States. Like a lot of people don't even realize that the United States is classified. You could go and look this up. Anybody who see this video could go and look it up. The United States is classified as a corporation other than a country.
Yep.
It's
I read that too.
actually, yep, it's labeled as a corporation. The Vatican City owns us right now. The Pope, all these Luciferian, satanic, worshiping, pussy ass motherfuckers really own us right now. Great Britain, the Queen of England, all of these royal families, bro, and and people are so susceptible to falling deep into the matrix and believing everything the government pump out is disinformation, how they're good, and anybody who question them is bad, so on and so forth. But like I said, history shows us if people go and look at COINTELPRO, the original one, they could go and search it at will, and it would explain to you how corrupt the government was and is up to date, bro. Like we had the, we had our own army, air force, military, the army, so on and so forth, etc., etc. Like really doing unconsensual testing to their own troops and soldiers. Look at the whole Tuskegee Airman. Look at the whole Tuskegee Airman. Like these people, like they built their whole reputation of torture, fear mongering, and unconsensual experimentation of regular non combatant citizens, bro. Even their own troops, even their own agents, even their own officers fall victim to the government, bro. In 2018, a federal judge deemed that this fake as watch lists that were placed on as targeted individuals was unconstitutional. They deemed how this same judge said how they broke so many laws, but notice not one person got locked up from the government or the military.
Right.
The judge just simply spoke on it and said that what y'all doing is highly illegal. And that's what people really don't like. That's what they don't get about this. This program do not discriminate. They target kids, they target males, they target women, they target anybody who question them, bro. Like, and they have a long stint in history about going about things in this same matter. What we're going through today as targeted individuals. They do. I mean, it's just the proof's in the pudding. But like I said, we as human beings, we they dumbed us down so much with the fluoride in the water and so on and so forth. With they made us rely on them for everything. The food, like farmers, like farmers right now is like sort of obsolete in this day and age. They done contaminated the soil. You're not really growing your own produce like you was back on your own 40 acres of land. And this because everything is GMO. They make us like reliant on them for everything, for news, for food, for shelter, for money, this, that, and the third. And all we're doing is filling the pockets of the elites, the people who really run in this world, and people don't think that that's a thing. They don't believe it. Like we have been infiltrated a long time ago. Like they really showing off with this video. The government hasn't been the government since democracy has been discovered. Like since 1776 or whatever year it was that the so-called founding fathers discovered America and created the Declaration of Independence and the whole all that the Constitution, all that shit was a gimmick. We live in the matrix, and when we go through what we go through as targeted individuals and we speak about it and speak out loud and try to get our voices heard, the system is so sophisticated it made the world who's not awoken yet deem us as crazy.
They're definitely trying to shut down.
They are. They are. And what I noticed about a lot of targeted individuals is all of us are gifted. We possess a certain IQ. We can't be brainwashed by the media. We see the world for what it is. We're really awoken and broken away from the matrix. Like they realize that they can't control us in a sense though. With the whole B2K, with the thought manipulation, with the dream manipulation, like sometimes we don't get me wrong because I still do too to this point though. Like I fall for the trap, but I'm smart enough to like understand even after I fall through it. Like, man, someone right about that encounter, or like we question it. They really, they are really they really showing off on this interview right here. I don't expect it to get no better. Like I said before I started recording, I already made the video saying how this was going to happen. So it's predictive. Like I said, they stick by a script. They operate on a playbook. Everything that they do is all scripted. Us as target individuals, we go through the same exact thing worldwide. So it's not a conspiracy, but the world. Have you ever seen this movie called The Control Factor?
Okay, you was mentioning a movie.
Yeah, have you ever seen this movie called The Control Factor?
Yes.
You
When
seen
they
it?
doing they talk about targeted individuals.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
They
These motherfuckers were so brazen and had so much cojones and so much balls. They put this shit that they were doing to regular people in a fucking movie. I mean, from point A to point fucking Z, everything, word for word,
even
huh?
even honeypots was even honeypots was
Everything. The bitch from goddamn, pardon my language, I'm sorry, pardon my language, but the lady who played Adam Baldwin's wife was from Saved by the Bell. The lady, the lady, the lady who was married to Adam Baldwin in that movie, the main character, his wife, was from Saved by the Bell, and she was the biggest honeypot in gangstalking fucking history, bro. Like they mentioned the whole MK Ultra, psychotronic weapons, beaming thoughts in our heads. They put this shit in the movie, but the whole reverse psychology part of the thing is they taught us that Hollywood was fake and everything we see in the movie not to believe it. The shit is weird, bro. And people don't believe that people don't believe that the Illuminati really run the world, Freemasons and so on and so forth. The subliminal messages, the symbology, all of this, the symbolism, all of these things is they've been paying. The founder of the Simpsons was a Freemason. He was a
yeah, they
Freemason.
use predictive programming and all that.
They do. That's the main thing that we suffer from because they taught us that these cartoons, these movies, so commercials, so on and so forth was fake. When really they really like it's just sort of like the Bible. I'm sorry for all my Christian followers who's gonna see this video and shit like that, but what they do is take a lot of the truth and mix it in with lies. And that gets people to believe it. So if I tell you that a rainbow only appears when it rains, but we know that it's a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. People are more susceptible than believing that because that's what we were taught. Like it's so crazy that people do not understand the predictive programming, that the reverse psychology and the psychology behind everything that these people do, bro. They do not have our best interests in hand. They do not. They do not. They definitely don't have our best interests in hand. They don't.
No.
So look, if it's anything that you wanted to get out here and warn other targeted individuals, like give them a heads up on what to look out for, what traps not to fall for, what would that be?
Look out for honeypots. People who are sent into your lives to basically ruin and just destroy you. Because I had to deal with a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. That's a man. Like I said, that's it's a catch 22. Like I said, these people in this program is so sophisticated.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, what I was saying was that it's a catch 22 that this program is so sophisticated and the brain power that they have behind it. Like these people know how to mentally break certain people down. They go to isolate you, huh?
Yep.
They go to
They
isolate
they
you.
call it
They study you.
psychological.
Yep, they
Yep.
find out what you like. They study you, literally. They really study you like a fucking math quiz on Friday or the SOLs or the essay fucking T's. They really studied you. They know what your weakness is. They know what your strong points is, and they would literally feed someone that information just to come into your life, only to be there to.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, they'll study you, find out your likes, your dislikes, find out your weaknesses, find out your strong points, and they would train somebody specifically to match the criteria to to walk into your life only to be there as a honeypot to set you up and to destroy you. Make you whether it's make you fall in love, whether it's have a baby by you to trap you to put you on child support. Like these people have literally no boundaries. It's all out
Nope.
war with these people. Like it's all out war. Like to them they mark you as an enemy of the state or a terrorist and they treat you as such even though you do not fit the bill. As y'all can see, they really hammer time on this interview right here. They really hammer time. We're gonna have to try to find a better way to get more of a secure like feed. Yeah, yeah, because they well, I'm not even sure it's a secure feed for what we endure and who we're going against far wise as targeted individuals because these people have the best at everything at their disposal, unlimited resources at everything, money, doctors, lawyers, the media, so on and so forth, hackers, all the same right now. So it's like, to me,
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like, yeah, hard is an understatement. Hard is an understatement. It's like the chips really stacked against us. And like I said, it's to me, it's sad that they really spend so much money on a targeted individual. Just imagine at the cavalry and the agents and so on and so forth that they spend to surveil us, to enter our house, to tamper with our food, to meet us at the grocery store when we go in to study our routes, to study what we like to eat, what size drawers we wear, what size pants we wear, so on and so forth. And say, for instance, if you're a targeted individual and you've been living for more than or in the program for more than 10 years, do you understand?
you there?
Yeah, do you understand how much money these people actually blow on one specific person?
And this is all coming from taxpayers' money.
Yes, so it's all free money to them. So that's like you invite me to a strip club and provide me the money to throw at the strippers. I don't care how much money I throw because my man got me.
Yep.
So I'm making it rain
Yep.
all night. And that's what they're doing,
Have
bro. That's what we're doing.
Have
We
you ever experienced like going to a store, knowing what you want to get, and then by the time you get there, it's not there, like they take it off the shelves?
Yup, yup. I like pistachios a lot. If I go to the store right now, more than likely the three stores that's closest to me, all of them is yeah, like I was saying, hell yeah. I like pistachios a lot. So the three stores that's near me right now, if I was to go to all three of them, guarantee that all three of them would be out of pistachios right now. Or
Yep.
if they're not, what they did to me one time that I found so fascinating and creative is like I had a phone call conversation with one of my homeboys. on a football night, and they know that my favorite team is San Francisco 49ers. So we talked about them. We talked about the game afterwards. When I went to Walmart the next day, when I went down the pistachio aisle, the aisle got flooded with regular people and 49ers apparel. We got 49ers jersey. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, I go down to the aisle in Walmart, and now I go and look for my pistachios after talking about my favorite team, San Francisco 49ers. When I get to the pistachio aisle, all of a sudden the aisle will get flooded with people in 49ers gear. Yeah, they.
You know what happened to me?
What's that?
I remember I wanted to go play some basketball, like just to get out the house. 'Cause I've been in the house for months at a time.
You who?
And yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
A little bit, a little bit. Okay, okay, but go on.
Yeah, I just like to go to like the basketball court and play a little bit of basketball. Now there's this homeless guy that I used to see all the time. Like I'm not sure whoever was targeted or anybody was targeted, but I used to see him all the time just laying on the concrete, looking dirty as hell, like looking like he don't bathe and stuff like that. Out of nowhere, I live on like a hill. So I'm looking on the top of the hill and I see him coming straight towards me playing
They
basketball.
know she was there. They knew she was
Where did
there.
he play basketball?
Let me see your light up. Let me see your light up. So you mean to tell? So you mean to tell me this? Man, these people go above and beyond to make their presence. They've been fucking with my interview the whole time, bro. Cutting off the internet feed, and so you mean to tell me that? Hey, look, these people go above and beyond everything but the court of fucking law, bro. Like these people go above everything but what's right. So you mean to tell me
Yep.
this homeless guy that you was walking by not to even laugh at the homeless because I know that their whole main objective is to see us with nothing, to see us on the street so they could further torture us and kill us.
Right,
They don't want to see us with nothing.
right.
But this one particular homeless guy who you were familiar with seeing on a day-to-day or rather a week-to-week basis, that when you went to go play basketball, all of a sudden this homeless guy is dribbling a basketball.
Yep.
Probably was a Probably was a brand new basketball. These people is crazy. Like, they really hate the
Okay. So are you familiar with Frank's like sporting store?
Franks. No, we got a Dick's down here.
Okay. Well, further back, like a few blocks from me, we have like a Frank's. So I was looking for roller skates just to find things to do because I was so like depressed and everything. So I'm looking for roller skates. No store has my size.
Don't stop till you press the hold.
I'm a size 7.5 to 8, and no store has my size. Next thing you know, I'm walking in the park. I see a guy in roller skates. Now that's not common in the Bronx.
Man, these people is crazy, bro. They are really psychotics because they do things that only you would notice is going on
Yep,
though. Like everything is
yep,
done covertly. So it's like only you would register that motherfucker. I just was looking for skates. Man, this nigga riding
yep.
past me and what appears to be a 7.5 in rollerblades. You motherfuckers. That's what they do, bro. It's all an attack on the psyche. Like you were saying with the revving of the engines and the cars, I get that all freaking day. Morning, noon, and night. Like it's not a peaceful moment where like it's not a peaceful moment that I really get. I get the aircrafts fly over, small private planes, the helicopters fly over, and things like that. It could be 3 in the morning, and they'll make sure that I heard a boom, boom, boom going down the street.
You're like the police sirens and stuff.
What do I? I got videos where I call it out because I understand, like, I pay attention to the program that I'm in. So they hit me with the police sirens every other day. So today I got police sirens. Tomorrow I guarantee I won't hear none. But the day after that, I'm going to hear police sirens all day and so on and so forth. They hit me with them every other day.
Yep, even in the middle of the night.
Yep.
There's no cars on the street.
Yep, and I got videos where I could prove that I'm commentating because I study the program and what they do to me, so on and so forth. I got videos where the fire alarm coming, I say, watch they stop ringing the sirens as soon as they get in front of my house, and they do. I mean, like on cue, the sirens, the noise will stop, but the lights will still be flashing. But as soon as they get in front of my house, the noise will die, and it's just the lights flashing right in front of my house. I say, look at them, bro. Like, so it's like I understand the program that I'm in so much. I do what I call predictive commentating, so people can understand that I'm not psychic. So it's not. I shouldn't know that this is gonna happen. So when I wake up most mornings, like I got recording this and I'm gonna post on my YouTube channel, that I'll say, okay, well today I'm gonna hear police sirens because I didn't hear them today, and I noticed that they like to hit me with them every other day. And then you'll see my other recording come on like, here we go. Told you. How do I know this? If I'm not a target, I'm not psychic. So how did I know that this is gonna happen? At the exact time, at the exact location, it's no way that I should know these things and I'm pre-guessing them. It's no way.
Yep, it's all synchronized.
Yep, it is. But I told you I look to expose it. Like I do, like I said, what helped me out in my targeting is by me doing that, predictive programming. By learning the program, studying like they study me, and I see when they like to do what they like to do, how they like to do it. So I would embed that in my mind. And so if I wake up and I go to Walmart today, hypothetically speaking, and I'll say I'm gonna find the emptiest aisle in here. Watch how crowded it get around what object I like. Watch. I'm gonna do this 3 out of 2 times and watch how many times I hit it on the head. I'm gonna find the emptiest aisle. And watch how busy it get when I go in it. Just watch. Pay attention.
They did that to me not too long ago. I went into CVS to get like some vitamins or whatever. And like when I walked in, it was empty. A few minutes later, it was jam packed with people.
Yup, that's what they
Jam
do.
packed.
That's what they
And they
do.
all doing the indirect conversation, talking shit, laughing, speaking about your personal life and stuff like that. Yep.
These people are sinister. I mean, like, when I say, I look at it like I was better off living a life of crime. I was better off literally living a life of crime because I wouldn't be bothered with, and I'd still be on some low vibrational matrix shit, and they never would have fucked with me, bro. Because
Yep.
the people who run this program are literally terrorists. They raise their kids to think like them, to have their same ideology and everything. Like these people, like I could never be comfortable with terrorizing anybody for any amount of money, bro. Like I just can't. I can't see myself following somebody, breaking their house, contaminating their food, hacking their devices, unless I knew for a fact that they were enemy of the states. You know what I mean? But even I couldn't find myself to do this to kids. When? For a little bit tonight. Why?
Oh, huh?
Why tonight?
You not staying, you going there for a little bit.
I know. All right.
Why?
What they out there to get them?
Mm-hmm. Already?
Yeah, but that's what people gotta realize. Like they taught us to rely on the system and them so much though. Like they could betray us at any minute. Like you have so many people who fall victim to this program. Could you imagine the people who died in this program, died to the government without knowing that they were a targeted individual? Like, man, you could have family members who died of like heart attacks, and they could have been forced cardiac arrest the whole time, like the whole time.
Okay, I think we're back.
Yeah, and that's what the world need to the world need to like understand that like I'm not one of those like super political. Hey, no, no, like look, I'm not one of those super political. I'm not one of those super political. I gave you back. Somebody. Got it. Look right there. Look, I'm not one of those super. I'm not one of those super political guys, but I'm smart enough to be able to differentiate like what's right, what's moral, what's wrong, and so on and so forth. And that's why the world hate Donald Trump right now, bro. Like, 'cause Donald Trump came straight in attacking the deep state. I'm not saying he's going to be our savior, our knight of shiny armor, and so on and so forth. But what people fail to realize is we haven't had a president since John F. Kennedy who attacked the deep state. That's real shit. Like who actually attacked the deep state. When you have social media and you have all these people working against us, so it's like it's easy to point me. Like, say for instance, if I was to go outside right now and kill a gang stalker and I had like unfathomable proof, I wait. For instance, For instance, if I was a person who was to go out there and kill a gang stalker and I knew 100% sure this person was a gang stalker, the media would completely flip that, say how I was paranoid, how I was mentally like unstable, so on and so forth, and they'll paint this gang stalker like a martyr. Like they would
Yep.
paint them like
Same thing in May.
yeah, yeah. What people don't understand is this year alone we had 28 soldiers who died on Fort Hood military base, and
I hear you.
out of all of these soldiers who died on Fort Hood military base, a lot of them was reporting like ill will or sexual assaults and sexual harassment on this base. 28 soldiers died alone right on a military base. And they deemed 80% of those deaths as suicides.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
You have a Myron May. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this targeted individual story. A targeted individual by the name of Myron May.
I do. Yep.
Yep. How they did him. Yeah, how they did Myron May. Another one named John Lang. Another one named Chip Chan from over there in Japanese or I mean over there in Japan and things like that. Like this we had one military like vet who went and shot up a military base, and you could look up the story if you're not familiar with it. He carved elf, the word elf, elf in his gun before he went on this, and he was saying how he was hit with extremely low frequencies, so on and so forth. How they was experimenting on him. It's like I'm not sure how the world could ignore such things like that. Bro. Like it's
Right. What was his name?
his name was I can't remember his name, but if you look up military soldier carved elf in his gun,
Aaron Alexis?
who
Aaron Alexis?
was I'm not sure. I can't. I'm not gonna say yeah or no and be totally wrong. I don't verify things or try to verify things that I'm not 100% sure on. But I know
Right.
Gavin Cook was another one. The guy who shot those three officers in Dallas, Texas. He was another
Right.
one. And the world just like sleep to what the government is capable of. Like if you go and research COINTELPRO, I brought that up earlier. If you go and Google that right now, it'll take you to Wikipedia. You read about what COINTELPRO was. COINTELPRO, it'll let you know what the government was doing.
Okay.
It would literally let you know that the government was killing off activists. It was killing off empowered individuals, feminists. It was infiltrating like regular old communities, bro. Just like crack in the '80s. We all know that Ronald Reagan was behind that, bro. We all know this.
Yep.
So it's like the world. I don't fault people for being asleep. I really don't, because I do understand that this program that they have in place is so sophisticated, and these people were working on this for hundreds of years, literally hundreds of thousands of
Yep.
years they've been working on this. So I don't really fault people who's caught up in the matrix. I fault those though who have the ability to go and do their own independent research. Like if I was to speak on that shooting that I just was telling you about with that soldier who carved elk in his gun, if I was to speak on that, I'd be viewed as a conspiracy theorist by people
Yep.
who never went and did research on it.
Yep.
So it's like
Yep.
these people are they're ahead of their time right now. And like I said, I know that I'm gonna die in this program. I know that.
Same.
I know that,
I'm
but
only
my
24. I have the rest of my life to live through this shit.
own
You know how many times I've thought about ending it? Like, yo, like you have no idea. Like, it's hard, man. It's hard.
trust me, I know, and I'm telling you right now, it's a battle. I know that it's tough.
Yep.
I thought about it, you think I ain't think about it? Being tortured every day. But what I think about most is I'm not a big spiritual person, but I've realized that I can't ask for forgiveness to the higher ups and the supreme high if I was to do something like that. So I'm a big believer on I can't ask for forgiveness if I kill myself. I can't even though I'm not a big Bible or Christianity follower, I can't. So for real personally, I'd rather take out I ain't even say because this is going up on YouTube, but I would never ever kill myself. I would never
Right.
ever kill myself. I ain't gonna say that. I would kill nobody. So let me go ahead and throw that out there right now for YouTube purposes. But yeah, I'm not taking that route, bro. I'm not. I heard that when we do that, or target individuals do that, they get bonuses and they throw parties when we kill ourselves.
Yep. I heard that too.
So I'm gonna make them motherfucking work for this money.
Okay.
You better believe it. I could never bring myself into killing myself.
Yeah.
I could never. I won't. I'll harm a gang stalker before I harm myself. Those are just facts,
Right.
bro. I'm not gonna do that. Even though I know that they're cutting our life short, I know that they're torturing us, exposing us to radiation, microwave technology, radio frequencies, cutting our lifespan short, so on and so forth, bro. I still can't bring myself to harming myself. And they know that. When I was telling you, when I was getting hit with these radio frequencies and it felt like somebody was pouring a bucket of emotions on me, and those emotions was depression. I know me. I ain't never been no.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I know me. So I know when they was pouring those fake emotions on me, hitting me with the radio frequencies, having me extremely depressed, thinking about suicide. I knew that wasn't me. So it's like I could shake and shove that shit off. Like they don't even hit me with that no more. I'm too strong
Right.
mentally to even fall for that shit though, because I always been one who ain't. My life was hard. Like my mama had 6 kids. I was the black sheep of the family. I literally was on punishment until I was 18 years
Yep.
old. Even though I was the first one working, I was the first one who bought my own vehicle with no help, so on and so forth, bro. I would never, bro. I know how strong I am. I've been homeless. Everybody turned their back on me, had to sleep in shelters, vacants, and I would never harm myself, bro. I done been through hell and back. They gonna have to kill me. That's one thing for sure. So tell me, what was like the latest? So what are you going through? Where are you at now? What are you going through? Not like where you at, like geographically, but like where are you at in your life now? What are you enduring? What are you experiencing as a targeted individual? Has anything gotten
So
better?
same shit, different day. The only thing I would say is that being in New Jersey, it's a little bit easier. Like as far as the noise harassment wise, like we still get noise harassment, but it's just decently bad. It's in New York City, but I still get the directed energy weapons, like from like people poking me and like taps to my mouth and stuff like that. I still get B2K. I still get the snake hammer, the people wearing red, the colors people and stuff like that. It's just a little bit less than what I was going through before.
So I think you know what I think that has to do with a lot of too is the area that you live in from based on my experience because I understand that they want you to think that everybody is against you and everybody is working for them when everybody is not going for this bullshit. We got real patriotic people in this world who want to sell their soul for $1. Like that exists. So if you move into a community, a suburban, whether it's the projects, like everybody is not gonna go for their bullshit. Everybody is not gonna gang stalk you, this, then the third. So I understand that they want to keep us in a constant state of fight and flight mode. And by doing that, scientifically proven that when you keep a person in fight and flight mode, that creates multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
So they know that
Yeah.
the only way that they could really bother me is hitting me with the EMF and the radio frequencies. Like the helicopters circling above the house, the small private planes flying above, the car honking, the sirens, the loud engine. Don't none of that fade me though. Like I been here laughing on
Yeah.
the shit though. And they know that.
Yeah.
So when I have days like that and I'm laughing at it, they attack me more with the radio frequencies and the EMF.
Hmm. I noticed that whenever my friend's boyfriend is around, my V2K goes up times 10. Times 10. Like, I'll be alright, like, when it's just me and her. Well, as soon as her boyfriend comes around, non-stop chatter, chatter, chatter. And I'm like, 9 times out of 10, it's something sexual.
And when that's going on, is he visible to you?
Yes.
Hmm. That's weird because V2K it works like someone have to be actually saying something on the other end. So if it was him,
Right.
he won't be in the same room with you as you're getting the V2K and shit like that. So they could
Right.
be doing that to make it seem like that he's the part of it, or he could be a part of it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Right.
like I said, the program is so sophisticated. Every day to me as a target individual is a learning experience.
Hmm. I agree.
So these people is just like they have too much power with no oversight. They have too much
Hmm.
power with no
No
oversight.
boundaries.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
no one there to say like y'all fucking up, bro. Y'all shouldn't be doing this, or y'all shouldn't be doing that, or how could y'all be doing this to this person or regular civilians, bro? Like, there's no one there
Right.
to tell them that y'all fucking up. Y'all shouldn't be doing that. It's no
But
one. They have
do you
little to
believe that like the perks, like they get paid to do this, like all of them?
hell yeah. Anybody engaged in our targeting gets paid. You have levels
Okay.
to it. How I look at it is the people who do street theater, they get paid the least. But the people who do the
Okay.
following, the telling, they get compensated for gas, they get compensated for hours. But if you go to Wawa's right now and they just have a perp show up and to do street theater before you walk in and they pull off, they get paid the less. But I think the higher up you go in this gang stalking thing, you get paid the most, just like any job.
Hmm.
Hell yeah, everybody engaged into this gang stalking gets paid though. Whether it's gift cards, whether it's direct deposit from this, then the third, cash app. So yeah, all of them get paid. Or else they wouldn't be doing it.
Right. I heard that a lot of them do it for free.
Hell no. Hell no. I'm going to stand to object on that because no one is risking their life, their freedom, breaking laws, being treasonous, doing all this, that, and the third, committing premeditated murder, depriving a person of their civil liberties, rights, and so on and so forth. No one's doing that for free. A politician ain't gonna get out of their chair, cast a vote, or write a bill for free. If you if you got a person doing this shit for free, bro, them people are already millionaires and they're Hannibal Lecter types. Like this is what feeds them, sort of say.
Right.
This is what feeds them. This is what get their blood pumping. No one is doing this for free. No one's. I mean, the ones that I would assume that's doing this for free is the ones who's blackmailed into doing it for free.
Yep. Yep. I was thinking that too.
Yep. Other than that, hell no. If they're voluntary and they just took the bait on a smear campaign, hell no, they're not doing it for free. If those people don't have nothing
Right.
on them to make them do it for free, they're not doing it for free.
Mhm. But yo, I hate to cut this conversation short, but I got some things to take care of. So if you want to like talk again later, we can.
Yeah, most definitely a part two is coming because these people mutilated this whole interview. And I would love, I always want to do a part two or part three with people I interview just so people could get up to date on what they're experiencing now, how things have gotten since, and where you're at in your life with the whole gang stalking thing. So it's always room for a
Right.
part two.
Well, I appreciate this.
No doubt I appreciate you, and I'm really, there you go, fucking with it. Well, there you have it. If you could get there and still see me and everything still flowing fluently. Okay, there we go. We're back. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I definitely would love to get a part two up out of you because, like I said, this one was chopped and screwed via gang stalking and government agents. You there? Okay, there you have it. Newly elected chosen one here to bring you the facts about this gang stalking and about criminal and criminal and contract gang stalking. This is a real phenomenon. And what we have to do, oh, you're still here. I'm sorry, I was doing my outro speech. Yeah, but I definitely would love anytime you want to stay in contact. You got my information, so on and so forth. And we would definitely love another interview from you because this one was probably like, no offense to everybody else that I did an interview with, this one was one of the most intriguing interviews that I did right now, especially on how they kept interfering with the feed. So it left me intrigued, and I really want the people to know and things like that. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so that's going to conclude this one. Toni Huggins, targeted individual in New Jersey, United States of America. And what I just want to bring to a lot of people attention is that the system that we live in, this matrix, it is not what it appears to be. And it is so sophisticated and so elaborate that I understand that a lot of people will not resonate and gravitate to such a subject, but we all have to worry about what's going on because any one of us, any one of our loved ones, family, friends, so on and so forth, could fall victim to this program simply based on who you know, who you upset in life, or you being a free thinker or having some sort of moral ethics. So what I need the world to do for real, is to wake up. Because, like I said, I understand I'm going to die in this program. I don't operate on fear. I understand that I was born to live and I live to die. I understand that life is a learning experience. I understand that. But what is the experience without lessons? What is the experience without teachings? That's what you gotta ask yourself. It's either you're gonna stand for nothing or fall for anything. And I got a die-hard mentality. So it's like I can't be bought. I can't be punked. I can't be tricked. I can't. I'm not special. I'm just saying I'm wired differently. I'm wired. I'm wired differently. I'm wired to see past the smoke and mirrors through the bullshit. And what we're going through as targeted individuals, a lot of you right now in society are probably already victims and just unaware. Not many of us is fortunate enough to catch on to what's going on with us. Not many of us, let me repeat that, are fortunate enough to catch on what we're going through as targeted individuals. I was so lucky that my ancestors, my guardian angels, however anybody want to view it, that I was able to catch on so quick as I did. But this is not about me. This is about the world, the people in it, the government, the powers to be, who's in charge, who's pulling the strings, who orchestrating the show, who's calling the shots. We have to understand these people really do not care about us. They don't. I'm not saying that every politician is bad. I'm not saying that every law enforcement is bad. I'm not saying that every FBI agent, excuse me, is bad. So on and so forth, etc., etc. I'm not saying that. So please do not take what I'm saying out of context, because I believe in our country. I believe in our nation. I believe in the world. I believe in the human race. It's no such thing as racism that has been systematically used against us. The whole divide and conquer, like we can't rise as a race if they keep us divided. I'm not calling for a revolution. I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for chaos, any of those things. But our voice really matters. It really matters. We have to break up out this matrix. We have to. We have to stop trusting these people with our life when all they do is shit on us as Americans, as civilians, whatever country you're in, Canada, Spain, Europe, or France, uh, Tijuana, wherever you are in the world, bro. China, even though they're considered adversaries of the United States, but it's people there who's standing up against socialism too, who's standing up against injustice too. So it's like we really have to do better as a race. We have to. We have to be able to be intellectually inclined to see past the smoke and mirrors, to see past the tricks that they employ. We have to, as people, as a race, as the human race, we have to. You think any of these billionaires have our best interests in hand? You think that? You'll be a fool to think that. You think that the mainstream media is not owned and operated and ran by the CIA? It is.